Good evening and welcome to another wonderful Monday here at Creative Living Fellowship. Today is Monday practice with me, Reverend Jorge. I'm a staff minister here, and it's an honor to share with you every Monday at times for exploring different spiritual practices and go beyond of the traditional ones like prayer, meditation, yoga, or mantras, so that we can explore and expand our table or spiritual practices tools on different ways that we can use it at any time and any moment so that we can remember or enhance all the spiritual practice. As well, the spiritual practices which we're doing here every Monday are related with the theme of the month at Creative 11 Fellowship. This month is the last month of November and the last Sunday in November, so we're still in the blessed away, and which has been a great month to explore the ways that we are blessed and we are giving all our blessings our way. And last Sunday, we have November 20, we have the Beyond Blessed theme topic, which was the exploration that how many ways we can be blessed and what is beyond of that blessing. And so doing so, I always trying to look for a different spiritual practice that relate with where it's being explored on Sunday service, so that we remember we are in person right now, and I very invite you to explore our website so we find where and how and what time we do so. So for this time in the art of receiving, we I decide to explore an idea coming from the book The Concentric Perspective by Eric Waterboard. It's a minister that I love and admire a lot from Unity, and a sister or cousin from the New Thought umbrella that we have here at Religious Science. In this book, at the concentric perspective, as I said, is a concentric way. So basically, it's all coming from our center, from ourselves. And he explored through all the book how the different types of art that coming from the center and not from the periphery. So that when we are looking, and just to give you a head and a background on that, is that when we focus on the periphery, we always just is looking that everything happens outside, that it makes us sad, that the weather, the war, the politics, and always affect us. But in reality, it's ourselves being in our center that we are affecting our reality. So this reality is the reflection of our lives. And so by changing the perspective, which is from the center, we can change our 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 world. Basically, the base principle of the New Thought movement, like unity or religious science. So in exploring the topic of beyond blessed, I was looking at him, and I found the chapter of the art of receiving. Because when we are thinking sometimes in blessing, we are is how I'm being blessed. So we take stories from our sufferings, from our diseases, from our situation, from our divorces, and then we're trying to find the bless behind that, which is good, it's perfect. But at the same time, we see also the blessings and things that happen in a positive way for us, like the cup of coffee somebody invite us, the winning of the lottery, the marriage of my daughter, of a marriage of myself, things like that. But this is all things that I believe has happened to me, that I'm attracting, that I'm my creator manifesting. But everywhere we're in the art of receiving is exploring the idea of be a bless. A bless away is when we give, giving from from the concentric perspective, giving from the perspective of from you and me. So that's why this concentric perspective is the art of giving or receiving. So the art of receiving is important because we always tend uh, to see our situations of life or things, and sometimes we feel that we are not worthy to receive, or we are not or we are closing the doors when we asking to God or the universe for something in particular, the universe find his ways to give it us to us. But because we are not centering in ourselves, we are not receiving the blessings. We are not receiving that what is God trying to for us, because we are closing the doors. So I know this month we have exploring the storytellings, and the storytelling is the way that we explore this month the blessing away theme. And so from where we're going to tell two stories at the time, and then we're going to do a practice, which is actually to look at make a list, as Reverend Mary Jane Hyde described in her talk yesterday Sunday about the when you find yourself in that situation, just start to make a list of the wonderful things that's happened right now in the middle of the situation, in the middle of the when you are in the middle of the eye of the hurricane. So that's what we're going to do. So the story for coming from the concentric perspective, he has two. One is what he was a minister in unity, so many people he met with many people around. One time he met someone who was struggling with alcoholism, so he has problem with the alcohol and drink it too much, and he was trying to recover himself. Was in started in the process of recovering. So everywhere will help ask him if he can come to next Saturday to help him to help in the garden of the church around of the building church. And the guy was very grateful, very happy, very enthusiastic, and he showed up and he was doing the work and he was very happy. He had a background in handyman, so he was very helpful, very centered to feel that he has a value, that he was able to give something to and to share the blessing of being service. And so at the end of the day, everybody was saw the change, how her face had changed and things like that. And but he was not accepting the receiving the present of seeing this person moving forward and having an enthusiastic look at view of their perspective of life. So he went out of his concentric mind and he gave it and he said, "No, no, you did a great work." And he give it a $100. At the time was very a lot of money. So to this guy who has problems with alcohol, and he wrote that at the end he was regret that decision. One, because he knew he didn't accept the blessing. He didn't accept the blessing or receive it. Not just to have a beautiful garden around the church, but the blessing of give the opportunity someone to expand her own view about her own life and find ways to experience and something different beyond the alcohol. So what happened was that he took the money because it was a paid a situation, and for 2 weeks they didn't see him again. He was actually lost in the bars, spending that money, and actually his recovery was downhill. I lucky for Reverend Eric Waterworth, the he has the second chance with the same individual, and he actually was able to help him later with another in another situation. But how many times we the question here with the story is how many times we are capable to block ourselves, to don't receive. Because when we think about the art of receiving, is just to I have a desire. My blessing is when I receive the desire being manifested the way that I want it. What about when we just are open to ourselves from our center, from the knowing that we are God, expressing and experiencing Himself here, and we move around to give in other stuff. So the blessing in this case was to don't help someone in our lives. The other story, I have the book here open, so I need to look for that. So the other idea is that we have, and when we are counting our blessings and we are opening ourselves to the art of receiving, is that we, as Eric Warworth say in his book, is that we have this belief that by receiving or giving something, we are losing or gaining something. So that we is if the one who receives is gaining something and then losing something, or vice versa. There is a game of losing and winning, which is not actually not true. The universe never lose, never win. It's actually an exchange, and it's a wonderful exchange that expand the energy. So that's just one of the so the story of Eric Ward was that there was a person who actually was struggling financially, and he was like, I don't have the money, I cannot pay you, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. He was struggling and struggling with the money, and and everyone will ask him to, and this would connect with your practice, to write, to sit in that in her in a chair close in her office, and he will not able to leave until he clear find ways that he can actually bless and give to people without money, that it does imply money. So the guy was able to find ways that share part of his work, share help a neighbor to go upstairs and downstairs, to serve as someone who does some errands for somebody else, and he finds ways to do things that was increasing his ability, and to see that everyone can benefit without anyone losing, anyone gaining. And that's what brings me to the practice that was talked on yesterday Sunday from Reverend Mary Jane Hayden, that she was telling the story that she was having a process of cancer, and remission in cancer, and she was kind of focusing on the cancer situation. But at the but then she remembered what her dad told her, that instead of putting your attention in the cancer, in the disease, in the situation, write things, positive things in a column of all the things that could happen right now for her. She was open to receive in that way, that that receiving expanded herself. So the process of the curing the cancer was actually more gentle, more wonderful, and with a good positive action. So that's just my invitation for you to finish this short on the practice, to 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 in any moment when you feel low, when you feel lost, instead of making your attention in the problem, move out from the problem, and instead of making a list of the in the middle of the problem, what benefits you see, what lessons are you seeing, and what blessings are you given as well. So eliminate the sense of losing and gaining. It's just more a sense of interaction that expand and expand and expand. So, for example, if you are in a situation like Reverend Mary Jane said, you just were sitting about that you have the access to the health system, that you have the 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 will to pass through this, that you have the stations that help you to grab and know where, that you listen among the practice, or Jorge, remember to do this positive action, that you have you are surrounded by your families, that you are have people who support you, that you have been surrounded by doctors and nurses that support you, that you had your pets, that you have food, that you have all these blessings, and you say yes, yes to them, yes to them. So this is actually another Monday practice. We're actually going to leave you the homework for you, and we will explore this homework with you. So just think about that. Let's take it. We're going to play that little music here, and I want you, all of you, to sit for a moment in silence. And despite what your situation, despite what is you are experiencing right now, find the blessings. Find whatever you are blocking to receive, or the things that you are not given. And that's the blessed way to bless more and more beyond whatever you think is your center. Remove that little persona that blocks you with your limitations, and center yourself in the being that you are, and expand it and expand it. So let's take a minute to just start the process of exploring, and invite you to explore all week, despite of the situation, always trying to find something positive, something beautiful, something wonderful. that is being given to you or you are given to someone, but from the center, from the idea there is nothing to lose or nothing to win. That is only expansion. That is only love. And if you feel that is no nothing, think about it. Don't think of it actually. Just feel it. Feel. Feel that right now your body is here. That you are surrounded by people who like you. Think of the wonderful things around you. Open yourself to receive that blessing and open yourself to give away your blessings. With this is the beginning. This is the beginning to open ourselves to set ourselves for this holiday. From the gratitude that we feel in Thanksgiving, now we're setting up ourselves to expand our ways to give and to receive, to give away our blessings. So thank you all of you. Thank you for sharing this time here, and invite you to. I really like these times and all the activities that we do online and in person Career Living Fellowship. If you can go to visit our website and 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 share your blessings with us. So it will be very grateful and well, we're grateful to receive it. So thank you, all of you, and I will see you next time on Monday practice. Have a good night. Thank you.